Meanwhile, police arresting another teen who was allegedly part of a group that attacked two NYPD officers last week in Times Square. And officials say that the suspects are members of Tren de Aragua, the gang.
Chanley Painter joins us now with all the details. Hey, Chanley.
Hey, Ansley, Lawrence, and Brian. So police are still searching for more suspects after that assault of two NYPD officers in Times Square last week. Authorities say the suspects are members of a Times Square gang known as Diablos de la 42, described as an offshoot of Tren de Aragua, the violent Venezuelan gang. And the latest suspect arrested is only 16 years old. He faces 10 charges, including attempted assault, reckless endangerment, and criminal possession of a weapon. Police say the first 5 suspects arrested were all illegal migrants from Venezuela, all repeat offenders that were listed in the city's gang database. 3 others are still being sought, police releasing these photos asking for the public's help in apprehending the suspects. And investigators say the migrant youth gang confronted their victims in the heart of Times Square last Friday, then surrounded them in a, quote, wolf pack style robbery. Police releasing this new body cam video of the attack showing the migrant crew throwing makeshift weapons at the officers who were attempting to break up the robbery. Thankfully, none of them were seriously injured, the officers, that is. And the alleged teen gang members, though, they range in age from 12 to 19 years old and are linked to dozens of robberies around New York City since 2022, guys, according to police.
And Chanley, you're a lawyer. The problem is, if they're minors, nothing changes. They're still going to get let out. So they have to take extraordinary action in order to keep them under lock and key.
In South Carolina, you'd go to juvie, you'd go to juvenile.
Well, they go out of their way to make sure. That's why TDA uses these guys, uses these kids to do a lot of this stuff, as well as recruiting.
I'm just curious, to Brian's point, because he's talking about the state of New York has these laws. Now that the president have declared TDA as a foreign terrorist organization, can the Fed step in now and prosecute these folks since they're a part of a terrorist organization now?
Absolutely, they should try that. It's a great point, Lawrence, and that's right. That is why Tren de Aragua is targeting juvenile offenders, because, get this, the police say that these minors have been involved in more than 200 crimes because they get arrested and then they're released and then they offend again and again and again. Only one so far has been charged as an adult because he is 19 years old, but this is a problem, and the mayor's now stepping in. They're going to start cracking down on this activity, guys.
Unbelievable. Thanks so much. Meanwhile, we feed them. We give them clothes. They go back to our hotel rooms that we give them.
And they don't cooperate with ICE. There's a headline 2 days ago in the New York Post. ICE agents turned away from NYPD precinct where migrant teen was held after mob attack on the cops.
Hey, can I just say one thing? I don't know if law enforcement will back me up on this, but if you see 2 officers overwhelmed by dozens of others, you have to jump in and help out the officers.
100%.
Come on, why are you standing with your back against the building?
Can't do it
Help
all.
them out.
An officer definitely would appreciate it.
The problem is people are scared to step in because of what's happened to Daniel Penny and others who have tried to step in and do the right thing.
Right. There were no cops around. I imagine a cop might have your back.
Can't allow the criminals to win, though. By the way, it's underreported. They still are having to do construction for these hotels that they completely destroyed. They're having to gut everything out of it because they just trashed all of these buildings. And remember, Brian, they were complaining because they didn't like the food. Yeah. Our taxpayers were paying for them.
So then we gave them money cards to go shopping for food. It was an experiment. And keep in mind, the hotel owners don't feel bad for them. They got making
a lot of money.
Got max money for those hotel rooms. That's why they said, okay, bring in your illegals, take it over, we'll do their sheets, and give them a little mint on their pillow.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.